Welcome, this is Kevin, also known as AWOL, and today we're working with this. This is pattern number 2135 on friendshipbracelets.net. So first I'm going to go to image, and I'm going to go to transform, and I'm just going to rotate this. Then I'm going to go back to image, I'm going to scale it, and just adding a 2 to the width, which will scale it up really big-ish. Not that big. Copy it and put it over here with our template. Just kind of move it off to the side a bit. And trying to decide where I want to put the middle through. It looks good. All right. Oh, to a new layer. Grab our paint tool. Fill similar areas. We're good. Get on the right thing there. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is as far as it would normally go, right? And then this would have been coming back, but yeah, but we have a center row, and that's going to make all the difference in the world. So I'm trying to make sure I do this evenly here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. 2, 4, 5. All right. So the way it doubles back kind of makes it. See, it's off of here. Wow. Well, that's kind of off. It's like one extra row here. We might actually shorten it by 1 row, just to make it kind of look cooler. And I don't know what's going to happen in the middle. That's kind of a thing, isn't it? All right, so let's grab our purple. And if we follow this over here, we have a purple there. Purple there, and then over on this side, so this is interesting. So it kind of trades up in here somewhere, somehow, where it's 2 and then 3. So that's kind of neat. And then down here it would be the 3. So that's going to make a real bit more of an interesting middle. Let's take our gray and just make it a little lighter. So I'm filling this in kind of how it already was put together. And then what I'm going to do is I'll put in my underlying strings and make sure that I haven't done anything wrong. And then we're going to flip the patterns, because already, like, we've already added this whole center row here. That, basically that happens when you double a pattern. You get 1 extra row where the 2 things come together. So now I think the easiest thing would be to map out the white ones first because they seem like they'd be really easy to figure out. Like I said, I think we're going to cut off that extra row at the end. It'll be just a little bit shorter than my normal size, but it'll make it a really nice looking start. And that's the nice part about having a template, is that you get to make choices before you actually play with the strings. Whoop. Let's see. So obviously they used like an off-white, which is nice because it doesn't cause me trouble with like being exactly like the background. But I gotta say, there's a possibility that I might use actual white for the bracelet itself. All right. So I'm going to use the pencil tool here for a second. I'm going to grab the white and just going to wipe out this one row. Almost. There we go. Okay. So next, I think we will go with maybe the gray ones. So there's two right here. And we can see this kind of comes straight across to there. And this one here goes to this one. There is a third. And that goes there. So now we can trace all three of these through. See, this just comes to the center and comes up. That's perfect. So overall, I would have to say this is a pretty easy pattern. Obviously, we're going to make it harder. That's just part of the whole nature of how these things go when you double it. But overall, I gotta say, I think this one's going to be really super easy. Will we finally have a beginner pattern? I don't know. I realize that on this channel, most everything seems to be intermediate or harder. It's not. Wait. Oh, it does. That one get up there. Something is wrong here. Oh. That one bounces, that one bounces, so that goes straight up. I wonder. Oh no, I see why. It would have been this way. This one goes straight through, this one goes straight through. It goes that way. I think. This one would have gone straight. Hang on. There's an extra white one in here. This white one goes straight. It comes up here. Did they bounce like that? No. This one goes straight. Straight. Oh. No, I don't. I kind of don't get what I've done wrong, but I've done something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why does this one act different than the others? I don't get it. It's almost as if this white row here should have been one further out. But these gaps of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. No idea what's going on. All right, let's put in our purple strings. See if we can figure this out as it goes along. What's down here? Oh, I see. Like, something's weird, but then I get it. These all bounce off the middle. I thought we had a huge problem and I was gonna have to start all over from the beginning. And it's not what I thought. Oh yeah. This one goes all the way out, this one doesn't. Interesting. Yeah, I hadn't anticipated that. The pattern, obviously, I'm not even working off of the pattern that was made on friendshipbracelets.net. I am making it based on the image that's over there, not how they laid out the strings or anything. So sometimes I get a little blindsided with how does it actually come together, because I haven't really studied it at all. And most of the time it works out exactly as it should. Occasionally we have to go look them up and find out why, but this is not one of those. It all works out. Yeah, I just didn't realize that. Yeah, that's a little bit different. Okay, so we have our first top quarter. So now I can get rid of our example. And I can grab our select tool and use our guidelines. Guidelines really come in handy, guys. Control C, Control V. And then when you use the flip tool, that guideline will let you flip it along there. No matter what you have selected, it's gonna work. Go back to our select tool so we can anchor that down. And then we can go back, grab a whole top area. Control C, Control V. Now this time the flip tool goes to the horizontal line and flips the other way. Back to select so we can anchor it. And like we got a little tiny smidge of what was left over there. Let's grab the pencil tool and we can just wipe that right out. There we go. Now we have the full pattern. It's kind of cool because up here it's a little bit like a dovetail, and then in the center it's a little bit like a snowflake. That's kind of weird. Like an, yeah, right? And then it goes back the other direction. I think this is going to be kind of cool and a little bit easy to work on. So yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to this one. This was, occasionally we've been having some difficult ones here, but it's nice to have something simple. So before I go, I want to thank my Patreon members and YouTube members. Or yeah, anyways, the guys that make this actually all available for me to do. I go through a lot of string here, and I was actually kind of looking at it here recently. Because these are a little bit bigger, I need skeins that match, like more than one to match, in order to do this. Like in this instance, because my strings are doubled, I will need 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll need at least 2 of the whites, 1, 2, 3, 2 of the purples, and 2 of the gray. So yeah. But the fact that I need doubles of them is where it runs into a problem. They actually have to be matching colors. So making these, it's kind of thinning the whole thing out. So we'll see. If I should have enough to get this done. But at some point, I'm going to end up having to order more floss to deal with all this, and it all adds up, guys. So I'm excited, though. This is going to be a fun one. So thanks for hanging out with me, and as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.